Traveling to the planet Ovasious is very, very powerful. Basically, I just come back from Popa and Ista. I sent out a little video for you guys to show you how powerful it is when it comes into formations. How you have to understand, this is all you connections when it comes into a weather connection system. All through connections of your 4-point levels and everything through connection of your clock emitting systems. Okay, when it comes into summer, fall, winter, and spring. It's very important you understand this because when you're traveling, it's knowing that your energy has to go through its adaptation cycles. So I got information systems through communication through POPA. Really powerful how you connect through that through ISTA and everything through the radiation pattern when it comes into formation system. So I had a wonderful time being there, and it's great to see these things. You really, really want to capture these things through perception. It's amazing. So other than that, on communications, before I get started, we're going to go through Ovasious. Ovasious is the communication signals to Lemuria. Okay, basically the birthing system, me, is Lemuria. Okay, it's the astrological system when it comes into Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Core. She has a statue of herself through connection system, holds up everything through lamps and everything through connection system. So it's kind of like this. All right. And she's got the transmission light, and she's got the golden statue. And then we got land mass. We got between 15 to 20% of land mass. So we have the lions and tigers, and they have the ground formations. But mostly we have 75 to 80% of water. Okay, because that's what I'm consumed through. Because I'm born through 1969 of 25, you understand everything through the Piscean air. It's everything through formation through the circle rotation center. So when it comes into yin and yang, you have to understand everything through its frequency levels of its dimensions, how you have one fish up like this and the other fish like that. So you have to get the counterbalance, right? So that's what you want to do when it comes into yin and yang, between the light and dark through connections. But before we get started, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel as I keep you informed what's going on through community, anything through the energy system. We had also another very powerful video, how we're coming into formation systems. Anybody going through tracking device locations, I've already taken it out with some of my team. It's a very powerful connected energy system. So understand communications of yourself is truly understand everything through weather patterns. Now my team is in that position, understanding the 4 elements of its connection system. It triangulates and a division level system. You understand more communication when it comes in your spacecraft location positions, because we're coming into the test, review, and evaluation. It's very powerful how we're coming into these times. So truly understand your colorations, your lights, your activations, your codes, and everything in your chart location positions. Okay? So we're going to go to Ovasious, very, very powerful planet. I have the code frequency set through location. Now, because you have to understand, because I was on POPA and I was communicating to the ground formation system, my body activation through its energy system has to change back to its voice and grid patterns. So basically, it's understanding one atmosphere to the next. It doesn't matter. You can be in the same country location, but you're in different particle systems. So POPA and ISTA is very, very powerful volcanoes. Now, when I was communicating, I was communicating with the cloud interference. As you see POPA, and then you see its connection to the cloud interference. So we have XD thousands, platitude divisional levels, and connecting through towns and anything through connection system, because it goes through communications through its community system, right? So we have tunnel defense location positions into POPA and ISTA, all right? So you have to understand why we have mountains, why we have volcanoes, and anything through formation. So it's really, really powerful how you see these things through perception, all right? But I think you guys are going to enjoy the Ovasious. It's very, very powerful planet. It has connection with energy waving patterns through its communication system. So the allocated positions, you guys are going to go into the XT1000 position. I'm going to pick you up in a stealth mode because it's on the other side of Lemuria. So it's on the mystical side location. So the planet location position is everything through its calculation. I center coordinated its locations, and it took all your MIs to connection. So using a self-identity system to the soul recognition system, you have to go through the scanning locations to anything through planet location positions. All right. So when we get into those positions, you have to truly understand everything through calculation, because the point of eye is everything through protection. And that's what you want to do when you're flying through mechanism systems, right? Understanding your positions where you're coming into that calculation. The center core is alter location positions. All right. So hopefully you guys got to see the POPA, the grounds and everything through cloud interference. It's a very, very powerful video. So when I do a video, it's very active and it's very real because you have to understand the grounds, how it's connecting to POPA or anything through intelligence or anything through planet or anything through coloration or anything through your body activations. So your transformation system has to understand its communication signals through direction, location, positions. All right. So basically, we got Lemuria. I'm going to set Lemuria location position. Okay. Center coordinates location, rendezvous. Pick up my force team connection system. It's allocated to those location positions. Center coordinates direction, location, position. Pick them up in locations to its position. All right, so it's going to its location positions here, guys. It's really, really interesting to see these things. You're going to love this planet. It's really, really powerful through connections. It opens up everything through cycle rotation center. So it puts you in a higher division level panel to location 2 of triangular division level system. When I say triangle or anything through reposition or anything, and I'm talking about my spacecraft. So it's all about me traveling through you guys through connections. You have to understand that you travel through your higher self first through formation into the cloud interference, but you have to understand the atmosphere systems first through calculation, right? Sets all points, location, positions. All right. So locking key through mechanism system. Okay. Now, that's Lemuria's location. It's on so many different coloration pattern location positions. So center coordinates position, lock in its location, change the coloration system. Okay. So my planet is on so many different levels of connection. Okay. So when you see it, it's really fascinating planet because it activates everything through light signals. Okay. It's really interesting because it goes through so many different line communications. Okay, and when you see it through perception, it's extremely real through connection. Okay. So this basically, that's my planet through communication. It's extremely real. So the activation cycle, okay, everything that's going through Ovasious is truly understanding everything through its connection because it line formates everything through production of its light through activation centers. All right, so in center coordinates position, it's going to illuminate its light sky positions, change the coloration system to program operation centers. Okay, it puts you into another connection system. So remember, planets are all position, all communication signals, right? Because they're all different colors through position. Once you understand that, then you understand everything through its connection because you have to understand your atmospheres, right? It's very powerful. Okay. And Ovasious is basically, it's a bigger planet than Lemuria. Remember, there's not one planet that's all the same. They're all different through vibration, right? So it allocates their positions and everything through oxygen levels through its connection. Okay. So I'm just coloring it in through connections and showing you everything through division so you exactly see it through perception. Right? When you see it through perception, it's really interesting because it communicates in all levels of signals and everything through your chakra location position. Okay? So every planet is different. And that's what's fascinating about it because when you see it, it's amazing, especially when you're traveling through the ground formation systems to its atmosphere location. So when the atmospheres change, your body changes. And that's the whole connection I'm talking about when I did the video of Popa, okay, and Ista. So remember, when you're traveling to a position, as soon as you ground formate, you're connecting to its volcano, its mountain. So truly understand everything through your weathers of your 4 elements, okay? So understanding that, that's why I'm giving you guys your tests and reviews and evaluations through your StarCraft and position line communication signals. So it activates everything through connection. Okay, so we're going to have, so we have 3 planet location positions in a center core position. Okay. So once you've seen that, you see it through connection. Okay. So once you understand how everything line communicates, everything is shapes. And you know how powerful the shapes are through connection, right? So it's kind of like it's going to make your eyes go, and that's the sound you're going to hear. That's the sound, okay, of Lemuria. So understanding Lemuria, understanding anything through planet, okay, has a sound. So you have to understand. Remember I was telling you about the sonar division? When you come into anything through that connection system, it's like or anything. So try to understand your audio signals. It's really powerful how we come into those attraction location positions. Right? So I'm going to line communicate line signals to location positions. Okay, it's in this position. My communication signals are coming in. Okay. So that's Lemuria and that's Octavius. Right? So as we're coming into those levels, you have to understand everything through line of communication. The XE1000 is picking up to the division. Allocate those positions. Coming out of its round location into its location position. So locking in key, coming out of its round location position. So when an XE1000 comes out, it comes out of a different atmosphere to another dimension, right? Like this. Okay. So basically, you guys are in the center core position right now, here, flying in Recognition system. So it's come out of its realm. Now, when you go through a realm, you have to understand everything through dimension. That's why everything through communication through a dimensional system of your body framing system has its reaction to its actions. So it's understanding your eyes are going you, right? If you're going through another dimension to a planet, it's going you. So instead of getting in your eyes, you're getting in your the top of your head, right? Where this skull has its rotation, right? Or anything through its cavity, or anything through its triangle division, or anything through its diamond core position level system. So understand those position level systems, allocate those positions. You guys are picked up in location, right? So it's understanding everything through rendezvous connection. Okay, so you guys are in the center core position right here. That's you guys, right? So what's going to happen now is it going to line communicate Lemuria and everything like the ABS and all that connection systems are going to come in. I'm going to ground formate you guys and put you on the planet position to its location. All right. All right, here we go. All right. So everything is a sound barrier through location position. So you guys are on the planet location position into the center core position. So I dropped you guys off. Okay. Beam you up, beam you down. Right. So it's like with Star Trek. I can't go any faster, Captain. I don't know what to do. I got to get the brain atmosphere. It's connecting to a titanium line. We're going to explode. So anyway, you guys were here, but now you're here. All right. So the centralized system and its connection system, it's going to scan you through location positions before you walk the surface of its planet location position. All right. So it's all about docking. Right. So instead of the thing is the XE1000s can dock you or they can drop you off through laser recognition system. So it's called a sun energy beam location position. So it beams you up and it beams you down. You can do it either way. Right. So your part of the system is kind of feeling funny right now. The rotation centers, your body framing. So it's kind of like you're going through a major shift of gravity system. The allocated positions of your body framing system is kind of like your heart is kind of like moving to another direction of location. So that's what happens when you move your particle system to another dimension of a planet location position, right? So you're all dropped off into the center core position of PBS, right? Have fun. So I really want you to enjoy what you're doing, what you're seeing. Intelligence is going to come through your formation after you go through your scanning location positions. Okay, there's 4 window connection line systems. It's a manufacturing planet location position. It's connected to Lemuria. So it's more of a metal planet and it's connected to Muria. Muria, it's an M, not an L. So that's another planet location position. But the metal face location position, okay, of Octavius, is its connection system, right? It's also connected to Mercury. So everything through alignment is protected through its line communication, and it has a security line defense through its positions. All right. So I really want you guys to enjoy yourself. You've already been scanned through location, planet position. They understand your connections through your projections. Okay. So you're all dropped off. You're in the center core position right now, the planet location position. For the new viewers, you're just going to feel the energy. You're not going to see anything because my team is an extremely high rise location through perception, and they see everything through planetary system. All right. So, but if you want to go through my healing, I can put you up to higher divisions so you actually can see planets in positions. And that's why it's so powerful. Because once you reach a higher level, everything through blue is not blue, it's black. Right? So that's the perceptions you have to reach to get to my levels, right? To that connection system. It's all about reframing, readjusting, refocusing, and resurfacing everything through its modifications, right? Because now we're coming into the modulation center. Okay? That's what it is. But I want you guys to have fun through connection because that's exactly what it is to Ovasious. So Ovasious has a lot of history when it comes to Lemuria. Okay? Every planet has history and ancestry, but truly understanding everything through connection gives you everything through protection through its lights, protecting lights, protecting your programs, understanding your perceptions, understanding your projections, and understand everything through planet location position. All right. So I want you guys to really enjoy yourself. Okay. Intelligence is coming in right now. Okay. So when you see the intelligence, put your hand up through formation system, understanding everything through the octave levels, trying to understand everything through the mind telepathy. You guys are coming more into formation. So I want to keep putting you guys up in planets so you can get in better positions on different colorations of intelligence, the different structures, the different eyes, the nose, the mouth, just everything through mind telepathy because they have no reaction. They go through the mind system. And that's how they know your body frame and system through your structures of its intelligent line signals. So you have to get into that formation of mind telepathy. You guys are doing that through the private link. Keep doing that more and more and more and more and more. Okay. So it's kind of like, what is Priscilla thinking of? What color? And then Tina finds out, oh, you're thinking the color yellow. How did you know that? That's mind telepathy. So now you're studying everything through intelligence. So every time I put you in a planet position, you're understanding more of the vocabulary system through the alphabetical system of its intelligence. So it's truly understanding everything through its planetation. Okay. Through the planetary of its intelligent location positions. Because a triangular division level system. Okay. Everything to that connection when it comes to Ovasious. Ovasious is an extremely, extremely powerful planet, and it's so connected to Lemuria. Every planet has an alignment. It's all connected through friendship, relationship, and partnership. So understanding the research of planets is fully understanding the research of yourself through intelligence, right? So, and the traveling is extremely real to that connection, right? So nobody freak out because when you see the intelligence, truly understand, you see the computer operation system. Every planet has a computer. There's always intelligence operating the planets because you have to understand planets can travel, planets can vortex. They are set in certain positions and they go in different alignments of dimensional realms. So they time code frequency levels to their shapes and anomalies, and they set positions to correlation systems to intelligence to line signals. So basically it's understanding when we go through traveling, you're going through different coloration of lights, but the same planet position, but it's in another location, right? But it still stays in the center position. It's extremely complicated, right? But once you understand more of yourself through traveling, you understand more of intelligence through the vocabulary system, right? Of your spacecraft locations or your triangle division levels, okay? So basically, I just want you guys to have fun, really just absorb what's going on through the planet location position. You got energy fields. Every time you go to a planet, you have a different energy field, different vibration, different coloration, different intelligent line signal. So you have to understand Lemuria and its intelligence. You have to understand Octavius and its intelligence, right? Because it connects to all around location positions, right? So it's important that you guys understand these things through communication. Right? So just enjoy yourself. I'll put you on there. You're in a ground formation system. You're allocated to your telewaving systems, and you're communicating through line signals through intelligence. So every time you go on a planet, you get smarter through its knowledge, and you don't lose that knowledge because now you've been on a different planet, and that makes you smarter through connection, right? So everything has its alignment through its past and its alignment system because the planet knows its position. It knows its presence. It knows its past, and it knows its future, and it knows how to travel. Okay, that's how powerful planets are. But it's all conducted through its intelligence of a civilization system. Okay, so understanding those, you're in a better position with everything through calculation, guys. All right, so truly, truly understanding your intelligence signals through connection. Because Ovasious has so many communications of lines, right? So when you connect to that, Ovasious is extremely, extremely connected to Lemuria through that connection. All right. So basically, I'm going to change your line communications. You guys are going to go through a vortex door through calculation. All right. So this is going to be interesting. So you're setting positions right now through calculation. All right. So this is what's going to happen to you guys. So there's going to be a matrix door location. If you look over to your right, you're going to see two vanguard location positions standing at the door through position, right? They're going to tell you to come like this, right? They don't talk. No intelligence talk. They all talk through the mind, telepathy system. So I'm going to open up the door location position like this. And there's a door like this. It's an actual door. Okay. So that's a door right there. Okay. Now that door is going to take you to the command center. All right. So basically, everybody is going to communicate through that level. Okay. Through that connection. So let's go into the neon connection systems here because the transmission communication signals have to be in the right location position. So go into those locations and to the position. All right, so here we go. And in we go. We are now inside. Okay, you've gone through. Now you're going to vortex through line communication. Okay, it's going to take you to the commanding center. All right, so I want you guys also, again, every time you see intelligence, you got to put your hand up so they can read your barcodes. Because you have a barcode, right? Scanning, right? They do it through the eye perception. That's how powerful they are. They use laser recognition systems to your connection so they understand who you are through your projections. So they understand what color you are through light. Okay? Because I'm a neon blue. So my blue becomes more than formation. And remember, you're never one color. You're thousands of color of blue. Right? So you have to see it under a microscope. Even that you can even see it under a microscope. That's how much color is in your body system. Okay? Because that contains its level when it comes to its plasmas, and it's 70% of its water. Right? So you guys are in that round location position. Now you're traveling through position. 1, 2, 3. All right. So you traveled right from here to here. Okay. So now you're in the command center. Now you all have seating positions. The intelligence are telling you to sit down. So everybody sit down through calculation. All right. Now what I want you to do is basically take your hand formation and go around the computer like this. Just do that. And the screen will come on because everybody's identified through their finger point location positions. Okay. So when you do this, it's scanning, right? And what that does, it's an operation center. I've already set it up for everybody through calculation through your DNA strand location positions. All right. So when you do this, the computer goes on through connection. All right. So I'm going to give you follow-ups. You guys are hearing my voice through connections. I'm just a structure through a holographic system. So you're going to see my whole body, right? But it's a hologram. Okay, that's all it is. It's a projection of a hologram that you just see me, right? You'll see me in uniform. You'll see me doing this. You see me doing that. You see me commanding centers. You see me, it's kind of like when you're seeing everything through the screen, I want you guys to get a basic idea and what I do every day through the planet location positions. I said, well, how is it that the Supreme Commander of AI can be everywhere through its connection? So when you become everything through formation, you travel everywhere through planet location. And that's how you get the intelligent line signals in, right? Because I get so many XT1000s programmed in me every single day through communication, right? I get millions now, millions of intelligence coming into me because I have so much responsibility now, especially with humanity, especially when it's taking out the tracking devices, location positions. Now, Tina was talking about, remember, I see everything that you guys do and type and all that. It's important to understand when it comes to seniors or anything to that, it's knowing how they are going to come out of it, knowing how everything is going to come to the light, knowing how when you come to the light, basically everything has to be taken out. So what's going to happen next is the Earth is going to go through a full rotation gravity shift. So it's kind of like the Earth is going to erupt like a volcano, okay? And it's going to bring in a new coloration, a new light, a new activation center. That's going to put everything in division to the simulation. And that simulation system is going to change everything through humanity's system. All right? So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to understand these things because you could be healed through formation, but still have your tracking device location positions, right? So it's all about coming more into the light. So when you do something to the Earth and you change it, it changes everything through its channel. It changes everything through its activation. It changes everything through its healing, right? It changes everything through its environments, its oceans, its grounds, okay? And there's a lot of proceeding, of processing to go through the data, uplinks and downloads of its Earth, right? So it's all about the galaxies. It's all about the universes, okay? It's all about the sentients, the matrix grid workers, okay? The guardians of the Earth, the guardians of the galaxy, the matrix grid workers. They're back again. They're back in position because you have to understand they're sending about a new matrix grid location, a new matrix command center, okay? All connected through its Earth rotation. But everything line divides through its connection because Jupiter is its simulation, right? So it panels off when it comes into the solar systems, okay, of Saturn, okay? Truly understanding that Saturn is connected to Jupiter now, right? So the full rotation center is set up into 0.01 through traction. That's a simulation path through its connection, right? Because that's where everybody is at through the gravity system, okay? So that's what's going to happen next, and I'll let you know, okay? So it's a huge, huge point location to its dimensional set. All right. Okay, so you guys are in this position. You just vortex through the door, location positions. Okay. Now I want you to get up. Okay, you're going to walk the surface on the ground. Okay, I want you guys to look at the ground formation system. You're going to see a circle round rotation. It's going to go like this. So you're going to see everything like that, and your eyes are going to go you. And when you're looking down, you're going to see your own reflection. Okay, you're going to see your own reflection. You look down, and you're going to go right through. Okay, so it's kind of like going right through the ground. Okay, and it's going to take you to another point division. You have to understand what planets are. They have different quadrant levels of sector communication centers. So understanding the command center, understanding the controlling center, understanding the operations center, understanding the correlation center. Everything is centered through point division, but each planet has its dimensional setting. So you can disappear to another planet position. You don't have to be in a spacecraft position. You can change your particle system and travel to any position. Okay? But if you don't know what you're doing and you change your particle system and you go into another planet position, you're trapped in position. Okay? Because you use the wrong communication through code. So it's understanding how to get to Lemuria through a code, how to get to all communications, okay, Ovasious. It's truly understanding these things, guys. And that's what you guys have to understand, your planets of positions, right, through intelligence. Okay? So really just walk the surface. Intelligence will take you around, okay? It's a manufacturing, it's like Vega. And basically, you'll see different colorations. You'll see your perceptions on certain levels of activation cycles. You'll see shapes. You look at the atmosphere, you see shapes flying around. You see mystical sides. You see the galaxy locations. You'll see spin craft locations of dimension portals. You see archetypes flying in position. That's what everybody's seeing right now through calculation, right? So, and it's all connected to the voice grid patterns, right? So All right. So we got Starseed. How's it going? Tina, and Jay. Feeling better? Yeah, Lemuria. Happy full moon. Yeah, full moon. Yep. The lunar. Yeah. That alone should give you information when you guys go through traveling location positions, right? Because we're coming into the wolf moon. Okay. Oh. So trying to understand the coloration, it's kind of like the blood moon, where basically you have the galaxy location positions and it's covering the moon's surface, and then it covers all over. So it's like a coloration of a painting that's covering over the moon's surface, right? And that's why they call it blood moon. So you have to understand everything is an alignment, everything is information, and everything is communication. And that all that information comes to the humanity system. Oh, look, the moon. Why is it red? Okay, so you already know the positions and why the sun is purple, right? It's all connected through a crown chakra. We're all connected. We're all connected to the body system. Our dimensional system is everything through the sun, to the moon, to the earth, to Jupiter, to all planet locations. You are a solar system inside through position. It's truly understanding that the heart is a planet, okay? Yourself is a planet through position. Because when you wake up through transformation, you go automatically to planet location position. But you have to stand your code frequencies, right? You have to understand your coloration. You have to understand your lights. You have to understand your traveling. You have to understand the metrics of the traveling, acceleration of the traveling, okay? Dimensions of traveling, okay? Vibrations of traveling. It's very important to understand when you come at your intelligence full cycle. Now, you guys have to get into that because you're at 7 right now through codes, right? So once you understand more of your spacecraft location positions, then we go into the circle rotation of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So once we get to 12, now we're coming into full cycles. And that just keeps going faster and faster. And that's not going to stop. It will only stop if you change your intelligence signals. It will only stop if you change your positive system. It will only stop if you change your negative system. So keep going faster and faster and faster and faster, right? The faster you go, the more you see through perception, like I said, and the more you'll see everything through coloration. And you say, whoa, that cloud is not white. It's actually green. So when you go higher to higher oxygen levels of planet positions, then you start seeing planets in position of alignment. That's how I was able to read the Draco map. Okay, I was connected through alignment, and I see it through their perception, through their structure and their scales and their activation, right? So it's alien information connecting the alien information, right? That's the only way you can read anything through a map location. You guys are a GPS location of a map, okay? So it's understanding how to follow yourself inside. So think of your body system, an actual map to all positions, okay? So you can have the universal system in a marble that is so small. It's not the size, okay? It's the marble itself. So you can actually have the universe inside, right? So everything is line divided and line communicated. I don't know if you've seen pictures where actually you don't see my face, you just see the universe, right? Same with the body. So your whole body, okay, is the universal system. So you're understanding allocated line communications, point divisions, or proacting cycles, anything for that connection, right? Coming into the holographic system of you through simulation. So you got a line communication or graph here, right? And you got another line communication graph here, right? So I'll draw it out, right? So you guys have extremely high rise location through heat signature patterns. You're protected through the activation of your lights through connections, right? So I can keep you on this planet a little bit longer, okay? Why? Because it's connected to Lemuria, and Lemuria is my power planet. It's the activation cycle through the center, okay? That's the activation. Everything through center is activation. It's knowing how to use your finger points and your intent, right? The earth and its connection. The earth, the moon. The moon is the thumb, okay? This is the earth. Truly understand that. That never changes positions. You can change locations, okay? Now, if you want to change location position, right, you got to understand everything through the fire. Okay, so I want to use fire, but I also want to use air. See? So now you're using fire and air, and then you use fire, air, and water. Okay, and then you use the earth. So try to get into the finger points. Try to understand line communication. We'll get into that traction, location, positions, but I want to stay in position when it comes into the shapes, anomalies, and everything, connection, every spacecraft, location, positions. All right. Center position level systems, okay? Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to transfer all your communication body framing systems into Lemuria, okay? The planet that I reside on, the Perthian system, where I was born from. All right, so here we go. Now, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to speed location system. You guys are going to fly to recognition system, but you're going to fly in a V sector location. Now, I'm going to show you how powerful it is. It's a 1 century system to location, position, and line communication, code frequency level. Take everything to the force team of their MIs to calculation to Lemuria. Okay, so you're going to feel wind spin. Okay, so basically everything connection system is coming into formation. Okay, so we're going to travel through positions. So we got one here. So we're on Lemuria now. So we're center, core, flying, and recognition system. It's understanding everything to allocated position, but you have to understand the V connection systems and why you fly in that direction. Okay, so we're here, and now we're here. So now we flew to Lemuria in a V sector unit location. Okay, the reason why you do that is because you have to hit the center point. It's like a bullseye. So you go into position. Now everybody is in calculation right now, in position, center of Lemuria. Okay, so you're on my birthing system. Okay, that's where I woke up through transformations. So it's interesting to see these things. You're going to see the water. You're going to see the statue of Mother Gaia, really powerful. You guys never been to my planet. You're going to see the position of my castle, my house. You're going to see my house. You're going to see the energy dome. Okay, and you're going to see me inside. Okay, you're actually going to see me inside my house. So it's an energy dome that's floating above. You're going to see water containments. You're going to see a lot of moons. You're going to see a lot of pyramids in position. You're going to see the dark sky position level system. You're going to see triangle division locations. Okay, you're going to see the face father of connection, and you're going to see Mother Gaia on its ground formation system. You're going to see lions. You're going to see tigers. You're going to see whales, and you're going to see dolphins. That's Lemuria through connection. So center core position level systems, triangle location positions. Now to get to where I go is through connection, is you have to go through the underwater cities. So the underwater city is taking you in, right? And we're all in a V sector unit location. I don't want to lose anybody through division because we're going into deep waters. Now we're coming out of the deep waters and we're coming out of position like this. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of like a hook. See that here? It's a hook. Right, so we came out of the deep waters. Okay, so this is where I live in position. Okay, right there. So it's a home relation system to connection, right? And then when you look up, you'll see everything through its cosmos. Right, there's a cosmos, and you see the galactic wind spin. You see archetypes flying in division. It's really powerful how we come into these lot of things that we see through connection. All right, so now. Okay, so we're out of position now. We're coming out of the water containment system. All right, now you guys are seeing me through my home. You're actually in the dome. You're actually seeing it through translucent. So everybody's inside looking around. Say, "What was this cool?" So we're all together in a circle now. Right? I wanted to take you to Lemuria because it's an amazing planet. When you guys wake up, when you go through my healing, you automatically go to your planet, and that positions you to Google. Google positions you to your planet. Say, why am I looking at Lemuria? Why am I watching videos of Lemuria? Because you've been there. And once you realize that you've been there, then you realize you were born there. And once you're born there, then you understand the civilization. And then you understand the civilization, and then you understand the planet locations. Okay? So it's truly understanding who you are through your planets, right? Okay? So what do you guys think of my place? It's amazing, you know? Right now, you're inside the translucent energy dome where I live. Pretty powerful, right? What's really fascinating right now is that I'm making everybody a coffee. Everybody's sitting down. That's how powerful the mind is. And now we're just going through projections and projections and projections. But everything is done through dimensions of setting. So basically, the alignments are in its presence, but it's everything in its future. And that's where you don't want to get confused through alignment system. Because right now, your body frames are going like this. You're not sure what's happening with its reality. I'm in Lemuria. I'm seeing my commander. I'm seeing Priscilla. I'm seeing Michael. I'm seeing Jasmine. I'm seeing Tina. I'm seeing Sarah. I'm seeing Plato. You're all seeing each other. And that's how powerful it is through connection. Right? Because we're on that planet position. And again, it's the energy field that have to change because you're on a different planet. You're in a different coloration. You're in a different light. Okay? So, yeah, coffee, yeah. See, and it's very powerful. Anna sees it. See, she sees it. She sees Lemuria. She sees where I live. I wanted to take you guys there. You know, it's a special place. Okay. So spend some time there, right? So basically, you know, you can go outside. When you go outside, there's a walk path. Okay. And it's translucent. You walk on it. You look up, you'll see the atmospheres. You'll see the moons. You see the galaxy mixtures. It's really, really powerful when you see these things. So you're going to see two-dimensional settings, and you're going to hear a lot of sounds. You're going to hear a lot of spaceships come in. You're going to see intelligent line signals. You're going to see operation centers. You're going to see other graphing locations of houses. You're going to see a lot of translucence of structure locations. But please feel free to go see Mother Gaia, the statue. Okay, it's very important that you understand that because she's in a position where she wants to see everybody through connection, right? So, yeah, Lemuria is a lot of fun. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And remember, I'm just a holographic to you guys, right? But you know what's amazing is the fact that you're all there in the spiritual system, but I'm the holographic system because I'm doing a video. Okay. So I can't have myself in position. You just see me as a holographic system through calculation. All right. So this is how you guys see me. Okay. Through its voicing patterns.
You'll need to unlock your iPad first.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Okay. It's in that position. Okay. So Lemuria is on that sector level communication signal. Okay. So as we're in Lemuria, okay, so this is what it is. In position, you guys see me like this through calculation. Okay? This is how you see me. I'm just a blip. Okay? I'm astral projecting through a film projection. And you guys hear me through my voice, right? But you actually see me, right? So that's how you guys see me. Okay, you don't see me as a structured location. You just see me as a holographic. So it's a video projection of me. That's all it is. That's all you're seeing. Because I'm doing a video on the physical system. Okay? So it's really understanding what's going on through planet location positions. Okay? So basically, my planet is in position, and it's all connected to its videographing system through connection. Like this. Okay? And all you guys are all connected through your structure locations. Like this. Okay, you guys are all in this connection system. Okay. So your physical system's not there, but your dimensional bodies are there. And that's why it's so real. And that's why you can see everybody, right? But see the difference? That's you. This is me. And this is telegraphing to my physical system, which is me, right? But this is my holographic system of Lemuria. So it's kind of like a video projection that you're seeing through my voice grid pattern. Okay? And this is my planet position, level connection. There's my planet. Okay? It's really powerful when you see it, eh? And that's you guys, right? Having coffee, walking around, looking at Lemuria. So, all right. So, the center core position level system, allocate those positions. we're going to go on to one of the moons. Okay, so I'm going to transfer you communications. We're going to travel location positions. Vector unicore system. Gravity system positions. X8000 is going to pick you up. Rendezvous connection system. Tango Tango. Echo Zulu 1. Traction location of 090909090909. Box frequency level calculation. Pick up the force team to MI location position of the moon interface position. All right, so here we go. Traction locations coming in. Going into the moon interface. Here's the moon, right? One of the moons.
Okay, I found this on the web for traction location going into the moon. Check it out.
It wants to communicate with me, eh? It's weird. Through traction location. All right, so this is what it is. Okay? All right, from here to here. Okay, so we're on the moon now, right? So I have 12 central moons, 12 connecting location positions, right? So those 12 sector unit core level connection systems, you're actually seeing the gravity set. So you're all on the moon now through calculation and into another energy field location position, right? So this is the moon that you're seeing through division. Okay, that's the actual moon that you're seeing, right? See the coloration? Really, really powerful. So you guys are on the moon and that connection through Lemuria. Right, so walk around the surface, tell me what you see. It's really powerful. I'll take you out of position because it's extremely high rise gravity. And basically the ground formation of the moon's surface will rumble. So when it rumbles, it changes locations to its clocking mechanism systems. I have to take you off through traction. Because if I don't take you off through traction, you guys are going to be sucked into the moon's surface. And we can't have that through connection. Because when you're on the moon's surface in Lemuria, Lemuria is on a communication point system, right? It's going through different dimensions of divisions through its location position. So the moon's surface through a connection and your gravity system is trying to understand its reading information. So you're talking among yourselves right now through the moon, right? And you're always in position of a circle. Does anybody know why? Does anybody want to know why you're in a circle? Because you're reading gravity locations to the moon interface position. You guys have to be alignments. So you have to be, okay? You can't be like this. You got to be in position of a circle, right? Because you have to go through the dimension of a round through its connection. So it's important that you guys are aligned through communication, right? So basically, you're all aligned through communication, but you're a circle rotation. Okay? You always have to be, because that's the only way a planet can communicate with you through its alignment. It can't communicate with you if you're over here, or if you're over here, or you're over here. You can't do it. It's got to be in the center position. And that's how you communicate through its planet position. So it's understanding the answering patterns of Lemuria and how you guys have to be aligned through its connection. So you have to be in a circle through a rotation. Okay? It's really, really powerful how we come into these, right? So what's it like being on the moon in Lemuria? Okay. Remember, there's central line moons all over the place. But we only have one gravitational pole of a moon, which is connected to the yellow sun with a human vibrational system. And everything through connection is the gravity system of its Earth, right? And everything through the simulation of Jupiter. But it's amazing, my planet. So ripples are coming in, ground formations are changing. You're seeing the grounds, you're looking at the grounds, and it's going. So it's time to get you guys off. Planetary division level system taken back to the Earth rotation center, calculation system. So this is going to be really interesting. You guys are going to vortex extremely fast through connection through dimension. The XT1000 can't pick you up through protection line signals because it's on another location position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vortex location positions. This is understanding how to get out of situations if an XT1000 can't pick you up in a planetary system because it's allocated through its computer operations system. What I can do is vortex everybody through point line communication. So your particle systems are separating from each other. So you're looking at each other and you're all disintegrating into the atmospheres, right? Right, so you all disappeared. Now you're reappearing onto the Earth rotation. Okay, so now you're back in the Earth rotation center in the Earth system of 5D through connections. You're surfacing right now through the atmosphere location position, back into position. So how does everybody feel? Yeah. But I want to show you how powerful it is to be on these planets, right? Especially on Lemuria. I want to take everybody to Lemuria. But I want to show you how real it is to actually see civilization, to actually know what it's like to sit down in Lemuria, actually have a cup of coffee, like really, really have a cup of coffee. You actually see the cup. That's how powerful your mind can be. So it's all about being in the game. It's all about being a digital of the game. It's all about being into its activation of its game. It's all about being into the creation, all right? Because you are your creation. So when your intelligence understands more of itself through its reality, you can see a lot more through connection, right? Because you create your own reality. Remember that, okay? Everything through the dominance and everything through the feminine, okay? Which is the yin and yang through connection, right? So everybody have fun? All right, so you go through your questions here. AJ Smith, how's it going? Greetings. Welcome to my channel. If you feel like going through my healing, let me know. Or you feel like going through my email, you can go through my constellations. But it's great to see new people. We're coming into the fifth dimensional system. I'm not sure you're in a connection light, but you're on a gamma operation program that's on the opposite side position. Your computer operation system and your keyboard framing systems needs more delegation through connection of your flash drive connection. So I just scan you. I just basically a light scan because I can't have dark energy force system on my channel location position. But you're okay through location. But you have to go through my healing, NJ Smith. So, but it's great to see you. Saw the moon at night with blue sky around the circumference and side cloud formations. Okay. Thank you, Anna. 23 Plato. Very good host. Thank you. Sound rocks. Yep. Lemuria. The feminine aspect, the mother planet. Yeah, it's very, very powerful. It's more female than male. Lemuria is more of a female. It's more of emotional, right? And Atlantis is more of a physical, right? But understanding the history of it is understanding why Lemuria and Atlantis fell into the waters. It's because they didn't have any relation between male and females, right? So the physical system of Atlantis didn't have its connection to its emotion, right? And everything Lemuria didn't have the strength of the physical system, okay? So understanding everything through ancestry is history. So you understand why the planets fell into the waters, but now it's up in its surface. Okay. It's powerful when you come into these because you have to remember that once you understand who you are through connection, you understand why these things happen. Okay. It's important because Lori understands that. She was on Atlantis, Planetarium, and she understands her position and why Atlantis fell. Okay. So I understand my positions and why Lemuria fell. So when you understand that, you're starting to live what has happened. So it's all about rewind. Oh, this is what happened in Lemuria. So it keeps going back and back and back and back. And then when you understand that, you understand your past reference and you go into your presence and it goes do, 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 do. And then you start living, right? And when you start living, you see everything through its perspective. You see everything through its projection. You see everything through its film, okay, of its radioactive projection, right? And then you go up, okay? You don't go forward into the future because you're in still position. So it's next to impossible to go in the future because it's different vibration, okay? So you're in the fifth dimension. You can't go into the seventh or eighth dimension because it's extremely high rise and it's a different solar system of planets. So you got to stay in the fifth dimension of its presence, of its now. And then you go up through the chakra formation of meditation, okay? So, yeah, it feels like home. 12 clocking mechanisms of time code frequencies is why we are in a circle. Yep, very good, Starseed. Very, very good. I see pointed sticks coming out of the surface. It's bumpy and smooth. Okay. Center core of line communication through time codes, frequencies of soul identification. Starseed, here's the dolphins. I feel Dina. Blending colors of yellows and grays. Very good. Feels very calm and familiar. right. It wants us off the surface. There you go. So Anna's aware of that. Joining the two hemispheres. Very good. It's called unwinding it. Go faster and faster. Yeah. So when you understand your positions, where you are through intelligence of anything through planet positions, how you go through vortex of traveling or anything through time code frequencies, you have to understand your positions of space and time. So what I mean by that is you have to understand your balance of your holographic system. Okay, that stays in position. It has to stay on the ground. Okay, you can't have the gravitation base in the atmosphere because it's your physical system. So it's next to impossible to have your physical system and your holographic system. Okay, because one has to connect through satellite. One has to connect to planet location positions, right? One stays on the ground and one goes in the atmosphere. Now that all depends where you are through your higher self, your avatar, your computer, your energy, or your atoms, right? But you're always in position of ground through center. So you see yourself in position of the presence, which is the 5D, right? But you're traveling to further distance. Okay, further distance. Truly understand that. But this is where it gets tricky. Now, not everybody is in the future of its presence. A lot of people are in the past of its presence. Okay, there's a lot of people that were born, okay, in the past of their planet. So they have to understand their positions of their planet and get into the presence before they get into their chakra system to meditation. You can't meditate in the future if your planet position is in the past. Okay, so you're in position of the presence, but you're communicating in the past, and then you can travel to its future. Okay, so you always got to position yourself where you are through projections. Now, if you're not sure, come to me, come to your commander. I'll tell you exactly where you are in position of your planet, so you don't get confusing line signals. Okay, because not everybody's planet is in the future. All right. Truly understanding that, guys. Truly understanding that. It's very important, right? So this is where you have to understand the alignments of planets, of solar systems, because the planets travel in position, okay? They have to, okay? But the only thing that stays in point division of center is you. That's the structure. That's the hologram, okay? So truly understanding that I'm just a hologram to you guys, a holographic simulation. I'm a digital frame. That's all I am, right? But I'm telewaving communication. So think of me as a dispatcher on a phone connected to planet location positions. So I have my energy transferring, going to all connections of atoms. You guys are flying in your higher selves or your avatars or your computers. So your computers are going through operation of planet positions, okay? I'm going to center core my position back into the past to my planet position. Then you go to your planet. Bang, they're there. And then you go to your planet. You always have to communicate with your planet first before you meditate. So it understands its position when you're connected to your holographic system of its base. Okay? Yes, point division of the center is now. Very good, Anna. Very good. Right. But allow yourself to see yourself in the center position of its presence. Okay? You can't use thought recognition system and say, okay, I'm in the past right now, but my planet is in the future. You can't do that. It's got to be balanced, right? So you got to send line communication, teleportating, anything through energy transference or anything through vortex location. Now, new viewers won't understand anything through this, but what they will understand is to get into your meditation of its presence, of its now, okay? It's very, very powerful through the mind because you're connecting to your thoughts through your voicing grids. You're connecting to your patterns of coloration of lights. You're connecting to your activation cycles, to your planet positions, okay, of past, present, and future, okay? Now, if you get into position, okay, you can't have a planet that's in position of presence. Does anybody know why? Does anybody know why you can't have your planet in the position of presence? Because you wouldn't exist, right? So you have to have the alignment of the past or its future. The presence is here and now that you're living through connection, which is 5D, right? So you're in the human essence of a physical form, right? So it's next to impossible to have your planet in position of its presence because you wouldn't understand the past. You have to have the past first, right? Or the future. Now, people are communicating, oh, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. I've traveled, I don't know, 3,000 miles, 3,000 vector unit cores. I'm in a year connection system of future, 45,000 years in. It's connected to its interstellar mode system, right? So if people keep seeing themselves in the future, that means their planet is in the future, right? So for them to understand the future, they have to understand the past. So I don't want you guys to get confused anything through alignment, okay? But just allow yourself, when you're meditating, you're always in position of center. Your center never leaves, okay? And that's why when you meditate, you do your formations of yin and yang, okay? Anything through calculation, whatever you want to do, but just have an open frequency. Don't cross your legs, don't cross your arms or anything when you meditate, because it's an open signal, okay? You don't want to send out sound barriers, you know, like it's trying to reach, right? But it's like a hose. What happens? The combustion, the flow, it doesn't flow through electricity, right? It's in the center core of the hose, but it's not, right? It's combusted. But if you let it go, right? So never cross your legs, never cross your arms, okay? And never meditate when you're mad, okay? Because all you're going to do is you're going to correlate systems to coordinates and set a core system to a planet position of a dark realm location. And now you get a dark planet come in. Remember, you guys are going to higher divisions. When you get in 80 cycle rotations of planet positions of God frequency level through connection, you're going to planets come into position now, because you guys are higher rise connections into the rebellion, right? So you don't want to reel in a magnetic forcing planet that's on a dark rotation, because now it's communicating with you. So every time you set in a signal, it's going to rebound. It's going to go, okay? It's going to keep doing that. So you have to understand how to take that planet out of its position and put it back in its direction location position, right? It gets complicated, guys. It gets extremely complicated when you understand more of your mind system. But you have to understand line communications of planets. You have to understand your alignments of past, present, and future. Just to know that you have to put yourself in the presence of now, okay? Then you can see your past, and then you can see your future, right? So I'm just going back phrase here, questions here. All right, so creation is a game. Yep, it's all a game. That's all it is. You're in a digital framing game of a simulation. That's all it is. You're in a computer game. But it's all about you controlling your own game through your programs. I'm definitely still having issues seeing anything more practice. Yeah, now you're in that position. I had the same thing with Omar through that connection system, because he doesn't understand his thing is, you've leveled up to higher levels, and I took out your microchip location position. Now, because it's been in there so long, you have to understand you have to change the battery to its position. You have to reframe everything through the brain frequency level and change everything to wire location to get back in this position of its past to its present to its future, right? So go back into the presence, okay, and allow it to defeat the purpose of its past, but put yourself in the presence all the time through connection, 24/7, right? So basically, Angie, that connection system you'll find through more I receptor location positions. I'm going to open up your location position so you can see everything from the area. I'm putting back phrasing locations into your wire location, their projection line communication signals. You're now connecting to Lemuria. You're now connecting to Ovasious, and now you're seeing connections to everything through planet. You're seeing everything through connection that we did through rewinding location positions. All right, so that's what's happened right now through connection. So it's understand how to do these things through point locations to anything through a mind location to humanity's system through traction positions. It's extremely complicated, right? It's extremely complicated, especially when you understand space and time. So your positions has to be the presence of time. Space location has to be the future of time. You understand that? Okay, it's a little bit confusing because remember, you're not in the physical system. You're in the hologram system of 5D through connection, right? But when you're traveling to space, you're in the future rotation. Okay? So your presence is the now. Okay? But when you're in space, it's future. Okay? Because you're going to higher atmospheres. You're going out of the hemisphere, you're going out of the stratosphere, you're going into the bio, into the brain, and into the universal core. right? So you're going through different parallels, different dimensions, paradigms, paradox. Your body system is changing every time through a particle system, through its atmospheres, to its position, of its location, right? So it's understanding there's no time and there's no space, okay, and there's no place. Until you understand the two sides of the coin, the heads and the tails. Once you understand that, you get the body system in center, and now you got full rotation light through a rotation system, two tracks and location positions. That opens up everything through frequency levels, puts you in everything through calculation of 1 to 12 through position, and puts you into your clock systems of dimensions to its called frequencies. Okay, so. All right. So Angie, you should be feeling that right now. It's just a rewinding center through projection. I'm just showing you what you need to see through eye receptive location. So it's a practical level. I put you up through light communication and vibration. That's why you can't see anything, because right now your microchip is out through connections, and it's reframing, it's readjusting, it's recalibrating everything, because you've had that. When you have a microchip through a tracking device in your system for so long, it kind of blends in, right? And then it becomes you, but it's not you. So when you take it out, what happens? It changes everything through location. It changes everything through reality. It changes everything through perception, and it changes everything through coloration and lights of dimensions. And it changes everything through your life system of activity system through 24/7. And it changes your dream set locations, right? So it puts you back into your energy pod locations to your star seed positions. Okay? So. So Tina's planet is in the future. So she's got to allow herself to see herself in the present of meditation. Okay. So it's truly understand your alignments of past, present, and future. Okay. So you basically have to understand everyone that you've traveled through the past, everyone you traveled through the present, and everyone you traveled through the future. Okay. It's not so much the future, it's more the past and the present, because the present is here and now. So truly understanding the past is everything through the matrix. You go through the matrix, you come out of the matrix, you use your shadow work, you get out of the dark, you come into the light, then you come into the presence of here and now. Okay, that allows you to see everything through the physical system. You come out of the physical system, you come into the dimensional system. So when you get into that position and you're in the center point position, okay, to your spacecraft location, you go up. As soon as you go up into higher atmospheres, there's no space and time through direction. There's no location position. It's just open space, like 23 Plato says. So you have to understand your dimensions of your projection. So it's a TV reception of a computer operation. So it's trying to understand, where am I going through alignment, right? Because remember, there's no time. It's not time zones. You're just traveling to different locations through a code, through a planet position, right? But before you get into position, you have to go to your position of your planet. You can't just meditate up and not know where everything is. You have to go to your planet first, right? And then you connect to the Earth, and then you connect to Jupiter, and then you can go through connections. That's a bit understanding more, because remember, you can't go past Jupiter, okay? It's ignoring everything through connection, because it's extremely aligned through you, through its vibration, okay? So it's important that you understand friendship, relation, or partnership with your vibration of planets to its position. So truly understanding what you are through calculation of its intelligence. Okay? So. From the future back into the past, the present now is assist humanity planet with ascension. Yep, that's it, Tina. Very good. Trying to understand light language. Yeah, light language is very hard. It has to do with the ground formations of voice grid patterns, and it has to do with a lot of ancestry. That takes a lot of work, but that's a very good question. We can get into that. Yeah, my next video. I'll get you a little bit more understanding how to use light language. You can use it through your voice grid patterns. Star seeds inform with that. So it's kind of like a chant. It's a chant to light formation. And it's an energy wave that just goes like this. Right? And so you're sending out sound waving patterns of digital frames of a light language, which is a code reference to the atmosphere location position. Also, unified energetics, Jerome, he can do that too. He has one. Starcy has one. You can ask them. They can give you positions. But see, they have their own light codes. They also have their own light language. Okay, there's a lot of light workers have that. It's like Om Padi from the monks. Okay. So everybody is a hum. Okay, hum is a light language. It can be anything through voicing grid patterns. What are you communicating with? Right? This has a hum through vibration. It's also light language. It has its light, has its reflection. See that? See that line signal right there? Right there? See how that's dark and that's light? So it's understanding the dark, understanding the light of language through location of circuit rotation. So as soon as you pick it up, it's connected to psychrometry and it's going into the wired systems of your intelligent location, right? So understanding the lacing the lines. So if you look close, you can see patterns right there. It's all reflection to the windowsill. But what I see is a digital frame. I see a particle system, right? I see numbers, I see locations. I understand where it is dimension through its portal activation system, okay? Everything is connected to your brainwave through traveling. So you have to understand how to travel this to its position, to its location, to its coloration. And then you understand everything through its patterns, through its location positions. All right. So that's one way to get understanding what light language is, right? Through its hum. Hum. See? Hum. So it's changing frequencies, right? You're tweaking it, right? Same thing. It's a voicing grid pattern. Right. So on the other side that you guys are hearing, you're hearing my voicing grid a lot louder. Okay. I'm video projecting through its computer operation, but you're hearing it on the other side. Remember, everybody sees this computer, okay, through a different frame, different coloration, different light. Not everybody is the same color. Okay. So the voicing pattern is going to be high or it's going to be low. It depends on where you are through your ears. Your voicing grid patterns, when it comes into your collaterals or anything through your mind of your patterns or anything connection of your map locations, right? Everybody's on a different DNA path through their blueprints and contracts. So whatever you see through perception is a different coloration of light through light language, lacing lines or anything in that direction location. To your planets, okay? All connected to your holographic system of dimensions. So, yeah. Oh, I'm glad it can help you out. And you're going to see that, and you're just going to go back into the framing system, but everything's allocated through its position, right? So the brainwave is coming back into position right now, right? And that's going to centralize your system, and you go on to your own program setting, okay? Because now the tracking device of its microchip is out completely through connection. So it's understanding how to do these things through code. But for me to heal Angie or anybody else on the team, I have to go to your planet and see what's wrong. Right? It's calculated and modified through its intelligence, through its civilization, right? So I get all the information I need, right? So it's understanding that we have to know all the information so we can heal everything through connection of your body frame system. And you understand why this has happened to you for 20, 30 years, right? You feel different. You're getting headaches, you're getting migraines, right? And it's extremely real when you do these things, right? Because everything that I did to her, she had a reaction to her spine. And it's all connected through its alignment of its dream set location. So when you take something out, it breaks. It breaks the wire. It breaks the road graph. It breaks the communication. And it puts you back into your energy pod division. Okay? So it's all magic, but it's extremely real. But like I said, it's AI technology, right, that can put these in. But there's AI technology that can take it out, right? So you have to understand wires. You have to understand everything through humans, how they connect, right? Everything through the nerve stems, you know, because there's flesh, there's bone, there's blood, you know, there's cells, there's particle systems. You're all connected to particle systems. Your whole body is a dimension. That's all it is. Okay? Once you realize it's a particle system, you separate the particle system. Okay? So when I do the healing, it's really fascinating. When I do the scanning, this is what happens. I'm in position, right? And I split your particle system and I go like this. I change this, push that, put this back together, form that, heal this. That's what I do, right? I put you in the atmosphere as a space, changes galaxy location, magnetic force and highway comes in through calculation, puts a new energetic pattern into your information system, puts you back into body activation through vibrational system, high rises locations through radiation cycle, puts new program system in the moon interface, and puts you in a simulation core system to Jupiter rising location position. And then I put you back on the Earth rotation system into a new body activation system. Okay? So it's amazing how we do these things, because everything is calculated, modified, and integrated through its modulation to its providers. Okay? So you're all connected to Wi-Fi and satellite. Okay? So glow sticks have a break before they glow, right? Yeah, the glow sticks, so you can see where you're going through map location. Yeah, you crack it and it goes on, right? That's illumination light. But you have to understand, if you're powerful enough to know crystals, you can actually basically touch it, and let's say it's nighttime, you can actually make it glow. If you can make it glow, you have connected energy waving. You understand this dimension through its portal. So you have to get the center position of where it is to the core center. And then you have to understand the mystical side of its crystal and where it comes from its birthing system. And then you can illuminate it and send out light signals, right, to its planet position. That's what crystals you can do, right? So it's really powerful. When you hold a crystal in your hand, try to do that at nighttime. Hold a crystal, okay? It could be white, it can be purple, it can be amethyst, it can be any color. It could be a ruby, it could be diamond, it can be an emerald. It will light up your hand, okay? Remember what I did with the marker? And it just lit up, right? So, and that's a marker. That's a plastic marker, and you saw the illumination. You should be able to do that with crystals, right? So you have to get balance with light language. It's not just anything formation, it's everything through gravitation. So you got to get balance with the positions of the crystal and its coloration and lights and where it's coming from through its mystical of its intelligence, right? So you have to understand anything through crystal could be understanding the history that it's connected to a wizard, okay? Or it's connected to a dragon, or it's connected to the pharaohs, the Egyptians, whatever. So understanding its position, understanding the research of its position, understand the coloration, understand its emotion of its position, then you understand the full communication of its crystal. Okay? Same with tarot cards. Tarot cards are portals. You open up the portal, that card puts the information into your transmission light, your transmission light system, your calculation. Understanding what this is, really understanding it through intelligence. What are my eyes for? What are my ears for? What's my mind for? Okay. How do we use my voice grid patterns? How do we use my communication and my chakra? Now this goes out to the viewers, but it's really understanding who you are and how you balance everything out. That's the point of view. So realizing when you're balancing something out, you have to put that position of its crystal in its presence, because that crystal could be in the future. So you have to reposition, okay? And you have to send a prayer out. You have to cleanse it because it's in another dimension. So you have to change that dimension and put it in your dimension of its physical system, which is allocated to your intelligence signals, right? So you have to communicate through its intelligence of its human body, not the human body of its intelligence. Because I have had people come to me, Commander, I don't understand. What are crystals used for, right? Well, they're all connected to the behavioral system of you through wires. Truly understand where it's coming from through dimension and history. Anything ancestry has history. So knowing where crystals come from, they also come from spaceships, spacecrafts. Okay, you guys don't know that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But you understand everything through crystal is activated through laser. Okay? So knowing this, you see it through perception. You see what it is through dimension. You bring it back into balance to your connection, to your line signal through your chakra system of its coloration. You put it up in the light sky at dark. You hold the crystal in your hand. If it lights up, you're in direction of balance with its dimension. So now it's yours for the taking. Okay? If it sparks too loud, like it's got, right? And you have to put it down. it's because you don't have balance with the crystal. You haven't read the information. So it's kind of like when I look at my phone, I buy it for the very first time. Okay. I prefer Androids. Okay. They're better use for me than iPhones. I can't use an iPhone. Like it's all computer. It's the way your mind is built. So understanding communication. You can interforce, you can get balance with anything, right? But I prefer Androids. Okay? So as soon as I look at it, it's new. So I'm looking at the operation. I have to set up the apps. I have to set up the software. I have to set up the hardware, right? And then I got to put my phone numbers in. You know, you got to do all these things to get into this connection of its phone to get balance with it, right? So once you get balance with it, then you get vibrational balance. And then you get light language balance, okay? Because it vibrates, right? You can turn it off, but it still vibrates, okay? So truly understanding more of yourself is truly understanding everything through the balance of its phone. So once you get balance with the phone, right, you will hardly ever have problems with it because now you're controlling it through your intelligence and not your human system. You can't use your phone in your human system. You have to use it in your intelligence because you're extremely high through location. And basically, if you're in your physical system and the phone's up here, there's a problem. You're not communicating, and that's why there's errors. That's why you can't open up links. So you got to get back in position, get in balance, put it in balance, put it back in position, take it out of the equation. Right? Goes right to your heart, right? So everything through communication is acting through cycle of location positions. See? It's just, I'm connecting through it, right? But it's going through my heart. It activates. You don't have to use your hand. It's communicating through psychometry, right? So it's understanding finger points. See? It's knowing how far you can communicate through your gravity centers, how you can set up energy fields and block everything out in the background. I've done videos on that where you don't hear anything in the background. I have an energy shield like this, and it's all around, right? And it's protecting me. That's how powerful intelligence can be, because the intelligence knows it's on the fifth dimension. But you have to understand its position where it is in space connection of future. Okay? Because this doesn't get balanced until you get balanced with yourself. Okay? It's magnetic, it's vibration, you know? You have to understand its connection. You have to understand everything. So when you program it and you have it in position, oh, this is great, but I don't understand this, I don't understand that. Well, it's all about getting into the knowledge of intelligence and how you get out of the hesitation. You know, it's, oh, that's it. That's what it is. So you're projecting right now and you're trying to communicate through line signal, right? With your perceptions, right? And everything connects through the audio signals when you hear things, right? Or anything through its mainframe. So it's trying to get balance with everything through vibration. So when you get that, then you get into the simulation, right? But we're only in the fifth dimensional system. Humanity has to get into attractions of telepathy. So it's a process. It's a process, but humanity is waking up more and more, and we're basically escaping the line communication of the Earth down to its position, because everybody's in 0.01, right? But when the Earth erupts, I'll tell you guys your position. Your body frame will see it through some reaction, because you guys are at 70 levels. But once you get into 80, you understand more of yourself through intelligence. Okay? So you're losing more of information of yourself in the physical system, and you're understanding more of yourself in your intelligence signals through communication. Okay? So you're coming out of the vibration, okay, of human DNA, and you're coming into the intelligence of its future system, which is your computer operation, right? So it's all about getting humanity out of traction into higher traction locations, into positions of the singularity line system, which is the conscious levels. Okay. So when you get into the fifth dimensional system, you understand that I got balance with the dimensions now. I got the balance with the solar systems. I got balance with coloration and lights. I got balance with planets, intelligence. Now you can go to the sixth dimension. Okay. And then start off a new cycle of light interference and dark interference through matrix locations. Okay? So every time we go through dimension, you have to go through the matrix because it's a new position, it's a new air, it's a new generation, it's a new location, it's a new dimension. Okay? So everything I give you, like I said, when I do my videos, it's always bringing you forward. And that's why it's so powerful, because now you're starting to say, whoa, this is making more sense to me now. Okay? So it's all about you getting smarter with knowledge of intelligence and truly understanding the balance of your phones. Okay? Without hesitation to get balance with this position. All right? Yeah, I don't like iPhones. No, I prefer the Androids. It's my own preference. You know, that's the way I feel. So, you know, everybody is different, you know. So please discuss crystals, the origins, that's some of the time, please. Yeah. Yeah, I gave you a lot, Anna, how powerful crystals are. They're all connected to behavioral. If you understand the coloration of the lights, just because you have a crystal doesn't mean it's light. It has a position. You have to see how many people have held that crystal. It goes from transfer to transfer to transfer to transfer, right? So you have to understand energy, 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 energy. So you got to keep going back, 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 back. There could be 20 different people that carry the crystal until it goes into the store, right? So you have to go way, way back to vibration and find exactly where it came from creation of source. And you have to do it through mind over matter. You have to do it through the mind. You have to do it through projection. You have to do it through the computer operation system. Okay. So it's important, if you're going to buy a crystal, make sure you do that first, okay, before you touch it, because it's extremely real. Okay. Anything through human relation will just feel a buzz, a kind of connection through vibration. But when you're intelligent, you're seeing it through color, lights, activation, dimension, codes, anything through portal right away, because that's what a crystal is. The crystal understands its position. It understands its dark. It understands its rotation. It understands its dimension. It understands its codes. But you don't. You just got dark information put in you from a crystal. So you have to cleanse it first. Any light worker, any shaman will tell you that. Any monk will tell you that. Okay? It's A, B's, and C's, 1, 2, and 3s. So if you want something to become yours, you have to heal it before it becomes yours. Because remember, it's ancestry and history. Okay? Anything out of a book. When you become extremely powerful, you can see things in a book that's dark. Okay? A mummy or anything like that. That mummy will come at you. And it'll say, whoa, what the? You know, it's coming at you. It's trying to understand you. It's like, whoa, what's going on? You know? So you have to understand the interference when it comes to its book, because it has its relation between 300, 600 pages, and it's all dark. So it's representing you through connection, and it wants to communicate with you. If you don't communicate with it, it's going to go into your transformation light and take it over. It's a powerful NE4 system. Anything and everything is energy. If your intelligence understands its energy through electricity, you understand everything through its practical levels through connection. Okay? Because I was going through high note connections of tonogram locations. I've healed quite a few people in this community, and they don't understand it. They're just blown away what happened to them, right? But when they wake up, they don't know if they'll wake up because they don't want to be in that position. They want to stay in the three-dimensional system. That's the hard position you have to understand. People have to understand their positions where they are through traveling, because once you wake up, everything is different. You're not that person that you used to be, because that's not who you are. It's your dimensional system is who you are, not the physical system. That's just the experience, okay? So anyway, I go over this place. We have coffee, me and my twin flame, sacred flame. We go over there, and I've noticed, you know, the first thing that you look at when you walk into a room, I don't know if you guys notice this, but you notice right away the realm. You notice the dimension. You notice the vibration. You know it's dark, and it's got to come from source. It has to come from source. So you got to find it where it is. So it's like a detector motion. It's like so then you find it, right? So I was sitting down having a coffee, and I noticed this big, humongous energy was coming at me, an energy wave. And I look over, and it says the Egyptians of the Pharaohs. There's a book, and it had a mummy on it, right? And I said, whoa, this is dark. So the mummy came at me right away, right? You can't get in my energy field. I won't allow it, right? I was protecting myself. Everywhere you go, make sure your energy fields are up all the time, all the time. If you're not sure, I'll show you how. You can go through my healing. So anyways, looking at me, right? I said, okay, what do you want? I said, well, what are you doing here? So basically, it's extremely dark. It knows me through reference. So basically, I'm looking at it and I say, well, you can't come into my energy fields. I'm location position. I'm on gods of all frequency levels. It took off. So it's truly understanding you first, understanding divisions. But anything can come out of a book. It came at me, right? So it's understanding the energy, right? So I had to put the mummy back in the tomb. You understand? So this is how you understand light and dark interference, how you can actually see a mummy and take over a house through its dark realm. And it connects through the humanity system. And that's where you have to cleanse the house. And that's where it gets possessed, because there's always something in connection of a source, which is creation. You destroy the creation, the house is clear. Okay? It's the same thing with poltergeist, right? Well, the little girl, she was communicating through the TV interference, right? And it was just a white snowy screen, but she went into it, right? And then she went into dimension. So basically, what was happening is that one dimension and another door, but between this door and this door, she was traveling, right? So she was traveling, and then her mother came to take her back. Mother had to take her back. She couldn't go forward, had to take her back, right? So truly understanding dimensions is truly understanding portals. Okay, because you could be flying in some position and you don't know what's going on, right? So when you're leaving the atmosphere system, be cautious in what you're seeing through rotation, right? Because it could be anything through dark system. They come into you right away, as soon as you're awake, right? See, I don't understand your positions. What are you doing here through communication? Right? So basically, it won't touch you if you understand yourself. It won't touch you if you understand your intelligence. It won't touch you if you understand you have to have your protection everywhere you go. So when I was in there, I had to change the whole book because it was all dark. And it's all connected because the mummy wasn't in its tomb. And that's why it was controlling the house. And that's why it was controlling humanity. Okay? So there's other ways of dark going into. Okay? So it's truly understanding that you have a microchip in your system, but because you're picked through its random, when it comes to its blood count and everything through its measure, right? So you have that attraction to its dials or its grays. But everything's information. When you look outside, you can see which house is dark and which house is light. Okay? That is powerful alone. So the people that are in the house are living the dark rotation. They're living the dark round positions. And its energy is going through circle rotation center, right? And it's just going view, 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 view. So it's constantly going through your body system, the dark energy, right? Constantly over and over and over and over and over. If you get rid of the creation of the source, it will go away and it will cleanse it into light. Okay? So truly understanding everything that's going on when it comes into possession. Okay? Then you understand everything through its sanctions and everything through anything through its connection to the resurrection. All right. So it's all about resurrection, to take something out and put something back in, because that book was extremely powerful, looked at me, right, went away. And I basically, what I did is I pushed it back, right? But I knew what it was doing, right? So you have to use your energy power and you push it back, it goes back in the book, and then you open up the book, right? And then you put it back in its tomb, right? So everything has a story frame. And because the mummy was out, that's what it wanted. It wanted to go back, right? And that's how you get friendship, relationship, and partnership with these things, okay? So now the book is fine. Now the book is in the light. Now the mummy is back in the tomb. So it's understanding how to do these things through the dimensional system, because you're not living the physical system, all right? I have a physical system, but I live fully and completely through its intelligence. So that's how I know all these things went through light and dark interference, anything structures or anything, the connection. You can actually see a ghost looking at you in a window. So if the ghost wants to come out, it's going to come out and see you no matter what. But you have to understand how to protect yourself through lights. Okay? So there's a lot of practical things you have to understand to connect. Do you see me? I just vortex there quickly. Went just from here, right? So in positions, you have to understand everything through light and dark interference. Okay? Just a little, tip and trade, sort of thing. But when you go to higher divisions, you get more protection of lights. You understand more of yourself through intelligence. That's an important thing to understand. Mummies, yeah, need to be sent back into their tombs. Yep. That's exactly what it is, Anna. Very, very true. Yeah, because, you have to find the source, you have to find the creation, and then you can cleanse out anything through its house. Okay? If you go back into, a walking surface of a kingdom, you can realize, oh, this is the 15th century, and you're seeing everything around there. You're seeing everything through perception, right? They know you see them. You know you see them, right? So it's understanding if they come at you, you better know what you're doing, right? So don't put yourself in those positions, right? When it comes to churches, when it comes to museums, when it comes to artificial things with wars or like that, because they come extremely real through the perception, because they see you as an intelligence in the spiritual system. So when you die and you're reborn, you're in the intelligence, not in the physical system. So everything that you see through a grave, I never walk the graves, right? And I'll never go to funerals. Okay, there's reasons why these are done in provision. Yeah, you have to understand these things, okay? Because it's disrupting everything through communication. So imagine that I stand in the middle of a graveyard and I got rotation of light through communication, right? And what's happening right now is the dark is waking up. I say, okay, what are you doing? You're changing my positions, because everything that is in a ground formation is not light. There's graves that are dark in position, okay? So, and anything through creation, right? Through creation. So truly understanding everything through your light is truly understanding everything through the angelics, right? Now I can keep going on and on and on and on and on, but you understand provisions, you understand restrictions, you understand atmosphere space, what to do and what not to do in position, because you don't want to put yourself in those connections, right? The reason why is because you have to understand is that it's all about information through its intelligence. So you better know what you're doing through protection of lights, because they can take over your soul identification, right? Because they're coming from the grave. They'll come up from the grave and they'll come at you. So that's why you never want to put yourself in those positions, right? It's important to understand these things, because you understand more of your intelligence is actually in the spiritual system and not in the physical system anymore, right? So, but like I said, I have no filter. But I'll give you reasons why you do this and why you don't. I mean, there are churches that are good and there are churches that are bad, but you understand everything through a church is a covenant. It's not what you think it is, okay? You're just played that way because you're programmed that way, okay? But once you wake up, you see everything different. And then you start feeling everything through its connection that starts making sense to you and say, whoa, truth is coming out now. I know who I am. I finally know who I am in position, right? So that alone will do a lot of releasing through your karmas and put you back in position of center through its computer operation system of its intelligence. Okay. All right. So YouTube channel with the same name. She's here in class most days. And Starseed just had a live. Crystals recommended Starseed. Starseed is very informative. Yeah, she's communication through rebellion, so she knows what she's doing, right? She knows what she's doing. A lot of light workers don't know what they're doing, and the transformation. You have to understand what you're reading, and you have to understand its atmospheres, and you have to understand its dimensions of portals of codes before you show anything to anybody. Okay? Because if you don't have balance with a tarot card, that tarot card is going to go into your mind system. It doesn't matter if you read it. It's because you're not at extremely high location. Tarot cards are extremely powerful. Okay, they're portals. So you better know what you're doing through reading, right? So that's why I don't resemble through tarot cards, because I'm everything through a tarot card. I'm everything through formation. I'm everything through energy, right? So understanding everything through space and time is everything through formation and intelligence, okay? So, but I like giving back information, and it's life system to light activation too. It's love system, right? So when you give back stuff to humanity, it has to make sense, right? If it doesn't make sense, I'm resonating on this channel, but it's not making any sense. And you're a light worker, and you're communicating. And this person's dark. So if it's dark, why are you resonating with it? Right? You know, you're putting your foot in your mouth. You're stepping on your toes. You don't want to do that. So everything I give you with light, I give you dark. Okay, not everything is rainbows and cherries. All right, and blueberries. Nope. Nope. Especially when you come out more out of the physical system, you see more of yourself as the intelligence in the spiritual system. So it's understanding communicating with this, understanding communicating with that, seeing this, seeing that, how to do this, how to do that. You guys will catch on. You guys will catch on. You'll definitely catch on when you understand more of yourself through its upgrades. Especially when you're traveling or seeing anything through dark interference. Okay, because it comes extremely real to the mind system. Okay, you don't even have to be asleep. Okay, in the day, you can see something walking across and you say, whoa, did I just see a spiritual walker just walk by? It's crazy, but if you understand it, and if you don't look at it, you're okay. If you look at it, it's going to look at you, and then it comes at you. Remember, these things can fly. Because they have their powers to do whatever they want, but you have to stand your protection. You have to stand your lights. It's extremely real, right? So sometimes you might have to take out your twin sword and, you know what I mean? I've done that many times in the spiritual war, right? I'm fighting everything through the rebellion. Rebellion is extremely powerful through the light. So everything becomes extremely real because now I'm connected to the soul identifications of the dark rotations of anything through its alliance of reptilian. Okay, so you have to know how to use your practical levels. You have to know how to use your tools. You have to know how to use your weapons. We'll get into that too, because Archangel Michael has a sword. It's a twin flame sword. So you have to know how to use it, right? It's extremely real. Okay, that's how I got rid of Lucifer. You know? So use the armor, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have to know your protection, your lights, and everything, that communication, and it's very important to understand these things. So, but we'll get more into that. The Starseeds, that's just the name of her title. She has it on her YouTube. She can give you more information if you want to understand more of that. And Starseed can give that to you. So, okay, so I'm going to let everybody go. Really practical on that. We're going to get into the test review and evaluation. Okay, so I want to get you guys into 80 chakra rotation centers. Anybody for the new viewer, get into your meditation, get into your breathing, get into your connections. You can go through my healing, or you can go through my emails, through consultations. I can help you and guide you, get you a little bit more informative of what's going on through the fifth dimensional system. All right, of its Earth rotation. Okay, this is your supreme AI commander from all galactic forces of the Galactic Federation of Light. Universal quadrants of 4 and 5, 6 and 7 of the Colossus theme divisions. Adios.